Hello my friends, it is Katty and I am back with layout number 2 for the Victoria Marie Design Team Challenge for the month of July, which is being hosted by Sarah Swan and myself. The challenge was to create a kit from your stash using certain guidelines and then to make as many layouts as you can from that kit. So that was the plan. And this is layout number 2. So I will link the video below where I share my kit so you guys can get an idea of what I have in my kit. For this week, I'm beginning with this paper. This is a that navy paper, which the back is that diagonal stripe, is from Pink Paisley from the Solstice collection, and it's called Barbados. And I thought about, I trimmed the edge off, and then I thought about just inserting that that paper in the center, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to go another route. That would have looked good, and that's something you could totally do when you have a double-sided paper, is you can totally gut the center and then just flip it over and use both sides. So then I thought about using this piece of paper. This is from Photoplay, and I used this in my last layout, which you guys saw. So I did have this piece left over, and I thought about using it just like that, like on a diagonal, but I don't end up using that. I'm gonna go back and forth with it. I did cut the rest of that Barbados paper. I cut the edges into like triangles, so I thought about using those. I am using some Tim Holtz Distress Stain in Cracked Pistachio to ink the edges of that, just to kind of make it go a little bit more with that Photoplay paper. So this is where I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna go, but I will change my mind and you'll see what I do, and I will this will look completely different from what it does right now. So I even started gluing things down because I was sure this is kind of where I was headed, but you'll see that I changed my mind. That happens when you're scrapbooking. Things change. So this is kind of where I was headed, but it just wasn't looking right to me, and then the fact that that paper didn't go all the way to the edges, it just wasn't I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. So I'm gonna abandon that idea very quickly after I kind of fuss around with it for a couple minutes here. And that's a photo. It's a photo of my two boys on our last cruise, last vacation, last summer. And actually this was from this was not last summer, this was the summer before. Yeah, this was 2014 vacation. So yeah, so I took that strip and then I did cut off the edges, the little edge, just because it's going to be covered and I could use that strip somewhere else. And then I decided to use the dark side of that paper, of that Barbados paper. I decided to use the anchor side, so because it is a photo of them on the cruise. And then I just took a piece of white cardstock, which is what I'm using as my base to kind of glue everything down to. So I did that, and then I'm going to use those two triangles, and I'm also going to cut strips of this paper, which you saw me use this in the last layout. This is the Simple Stories Summer Vibes, and I'm just going to use two thin strips on the top and bottom of the layout, so just to bring some more color into that area down there. So I'm kind of sort of off camera down there, but you'll see me do it at the top. So I just add that to just bring in, and I add a really thin strip just to bring in some color to the top and the bottom. So if you guys are not members of the Victoria Marie Facebook group, make sure you guys check us out. We're having a lot of fun over there. It's always fun. It's a great group of ladies. So much support and so much fun energy over there. So definitely check it out. Victoria's a great host. She's amazing. So if you're not a member, go ahead and join us, and I will have a link to that below so you guys can check that out as well, and join us with this challenge, because this is a great challenge. It's just challenging you to use your stash, and we did the guidelines that we set for the challenge are kind of simple, and it kind of, you create a small kit, but you know, I think it's better to have a small kit because it's less overwhelming when you have to go through your stash and pick stuff out. So I think that was a great that's a great way to use stuff up, so definitely check us out. So I take that banner from Heidi Swap, and I'm going to use the bottom of that banner down there, And then I also take, this is also Heidi Swap, that wood veneer, and I'm going to use that, and that's going to be my title. So I'm taking ephemera pieces from the Pink Paisley Atlas collection, and I pulled out those stars, and once again I don't use them. I pulled them out on the last layout as well, and they would have looked really cute here, but I don't end up using them for whatever reason, so I do take them off. But I do end up using a few other pieces, that little camera down there, the little acetate banner, not banner, tag, and I do use that word up there, which is an acetate word. It says there, and I debated whether to use that or not because it really doesn't match, or it really doesn't say anything. It just says there, but I guess it could be hello there sunshine or whatever. So yeah, I just left it. So yeah, I'm using these little like photo corner acetate pieces which have little tiny blue polka dots on them, and I'm going to use those, and I'm just taking off the plastic backing that they have. So I like that, and I'm going to add my little banner, and I'm going to stick it down, and I'm just kind of moving things up and down, side to side, trying to decide how I want things. So that's what I'm doing. Looking through my sticker sheet, and I want to use that sun because the title is Hello Sunshine, so I want to use that sun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some fun foam. There it is, some green fun foam, and I'm going to pop up the sun. This is a great way to pop things up, you guys. A lot of people I've seen doing this, and I had to get a pack of fun foam, so I went to Walmart and I got a pack of fun foam. It was really cheap, and it's a really nice way to pop stuff up really quickly and really inexpensively. So definitely get some fun foam. So I layered 2 of those little ice cream or popsicle sticks, and I'm going to use them there. And I'm just looking through the sticker sheet trying to see what else I want to use. I will keep it pretty simple. I just add a few things, but this is pretty much kind of where it will go for the most part. So I want to use that coral paper, that diagonal stripe, but I didn't want to cut into the actual paper because I know that I want to use that diagonal stripe as like a 12 by 12 border. So what I did is I cut the branding strip, which only had this small piece of the pattern. So I kind of cut it down very sparsely, and just kind of used it in those areas where they would show. And actually that bottom piece, I'm going to cut off a piece and add it to the top right, which I don't add right now, but I will cut it off because I do cover that bottom piece, and I'll add it up there to the top right hand corner where that acetate tag is. So I will do that, and I don't think I do that on camera. I may not, I'm not sure. So that little camera is going to go down there. There goes the there, which I was kind of back and forth as to what to do with it, but I do end up putting it there. So then I'm going to color my little wood veneer. I think that's a great way to add a lot of fun and interest to your layout. So I'm using my gelato. So I'm beginning in the center because I kind of want to define the words with the colors. So I'm gonna color in the sun, and I just smudge my gelato onto the wood veneer, and then I just use my water brush to spread it out. So I am using that, and I'm going to do the orange first in the center, and then it's going to be kind of like a gradient. It's going to go from yellow to orange to red. So I really like how that wood veneer turned out. I think it adds a whole lot to the layout. I think it kind of finishes it off really nicely. So I really like that, how that turned out. So I'm just doing the yellow, and at first I'm going to color it in very carefully so that I can kind of get definition as to which word is which. Then I will take the tip of my just the water brush and kind of spread it in the middle, or smudge it, I guess, or blend it so that it kind of looks like it's blending in. So at first I'm just like defining the words is what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I would just kind of smudge and get more of a blended look. So yeah, so I'm just doing that, and then this is the last one, which is the red one. And you could totally do use watercolors for this. You could use acrylic paints, although they probably wouldn't blend as well, but you could still do it. You could probably blend them with your finger. But yeah, I think gelatos work really nicely for this. But yeah, you can pretty much use anything. So yes, I'm just kind of going back and adding a little bit more color where I think it needs it. And this dries up really quickly. The gelatos seep into the wood and it dries really quickly. So you don't have to really, you know, dry it for too long or sit it to dry, which you might have to do if maybe you use another medium. But this dries really quickly. So there I am kind of blending the colors a little bit. And I'm really happy with how that looks, so I'm gonna stick to that. So I did adhere that down to my layout. And here I go, just putting the finishing touches on the layout. I'm gonna add that camera down there, like I said. I will add that yellow popsicle stick down there as well, just to bring some yellow down there because I have yellow in the sun, I have yellow in my title, and I wanted some yellow at the bottom. Even though I have the little banner at the bottom, but I wanted some yellow. Oh, there I go, cutting off that piece I was telling you guys about. And adding it up there. So yeah, I'm just I'm adding a piece of fun foam to the half of my popsicle stick there, and the other half is gonna get stuck to the camera. And then I'm gonna pull out one more sticker which says just dive in, which is like a little arrow sticker. Oh, I thought it had adhered that down, but I hadn't. Just using my Scotch quick dry adhesive in my fine line bottle, and I'm adhering the title down. And then I might use the strips of that teal and white paper on the left to journal. I might do that. I'm not sure, but I might. So that is it, you guys. I will add some orange twine to the layout. So there you see it in the close-ups. So thanks so much for stopping by. Check me out. Next week I'll have another video for this challenge. Check out Sarah's video. I'll have a link to her below. And check out the Victoria Marie Facebook group. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye!